Hey guys, good evening. Happy Wednesday. I'm just getting things set up before I get started right at 7. So, if you guys are on here watching live, can you comment and just say hello? That way I can see. Oops, and I need to mute my phone. That way I can see who's on and who's watching, because otherwise I can't tell who's on here with me. So I'm excited to be sharing all my foundation secrets this evening. This is probably going to have to be like a two-part video or training tutorial just because there's so much with foundation. Like I could talk for probably like an hour or more about it. So I want to keep it short and sweet, but informative and not overwhelm you guys at the same time. So yeah, if you guys are hopping on live, like I said, I'm on here a few minutes early just to make sure everything is functioning properly. But just drop a comment like in the chat section, and that way I can see who's on here. At the very end, you guys, I will answer questions. If anybody has questions, you can put them in the comment section on the video. So I'll wait like till the end to answer questions. That way I don't get like sidetracked. I kind of get squirrely if I get distracted, and it's hard for me to get back on track, on task. So I'll just wait till the very end to do that. So I'm excited, like I said, to share all this information. And hopefully it'll be helpful to you guys too. I mean, it's pretty crazy how many women, don't wear foundation, and it's usually because they can't find the right match, like color match for them. They don't like the way it feels. They can't find like a formula that looks good on their skin, that feels good on their skin, so they just skip it. And that was me back in the day. Like I did everything possible to avoid wearing foundation. Before I sold Mary Kay and had my own Mary Kay business, I would just avoid liquid foundation like the plague. I would wear tinted moisturizer. I would do powder. I hated it. I didn't like the feel. I didn't like the way that it looked. I didn't really know how to apply it. So then, when I started my Mary Kay business, obviously, I got a little bit more education on foundation, like the purpose, different formulas for your skin, what works best. And I just started kind of playing. And so now I really like all of our foundations, and I'll kind of like cycle through all of our foundations, just kind of depending on the season and depending on, maybe what I'm doing that day, how my skin feels, how much time I have. So, so again, if you guys are hopping on here, comment, like just drop a little hello so I can see who's watching. Because all it shows me on my side, if I was like to take a screenshot, it just says like how many viewers, but it doesn't tell you like who's watching. So it's like I'm talking to myself. So it's a little nerve-wracking, you guys, just to be honest. I do enjoy doing these tutorials. I hope you guys enjoy them. I hope you guys get a lot of information out of them and it's helpful. And it's kind of nice because you don't have to leave your house, right? You guys can be sitting on the couch with your favorite beverage and in your PJs and learning some makeup stuff. So I am going to go ahead and get started. I know we're a couple minutes before 7 o'clock, but I want to try and, not take up too much of your guys' time. So I want to first talk about the different types of foundations. And then I'm also going to talk about the tools, how to apply your foundation, and then also how to achieve a flawless face. So the different products you can use in addition to foundation, like how to prep your face, how to keep your makeup on. So to get started, let's talk about the different types of foundation that are out there and that we have in Mary Kay. We have technically 4 different foundations. So we've got our Silky Setting Powder. This comes in, I believe it's 12 different shades, and it's milled super fine. We have our Cream to Powder Foundation, our Endless Performance, which all of these I love. I just started using this foundation again, And it just is, I just can't say enough about it. Like, I love the coverage, I love the feel, I love everything. It's like you get this photoshopped face, like flawless airbrush face. CC cream, you guys hear me talk about CC cream all the time. There's multiple different ways you can use this too, which I will share as well. And then our Time Wise foundation. Again, another one of my favorite. Like I said, I love them all. And it just depends on what I'm doing that day and the season and how my skin's feeling. So let me share some information on each of the foundations. So I'm going to start with a CC cream just because this, you would never ever think that there are 8 benefits you can receive using our CC cream. You think, oh, tinted moisturizer, no big deal. And this is going to blow your mind when I share all the things that the CC cream does. So you get 8 benefits in one product. So it protects your skin because this does have a broad spectrum SPF 15 in it, which some may or may not know. So you get the protection there. It helps to brighten your complexion. And it corrects any skin imperfections. It helps to minimize redness. It also helps to conceal blemishes, and it's really good for acne prone skin because it helps to soothe and calm and also to correct with like the scarring, blemishes, things of that nature. Um, and also it helps to conceal darkness on your face too. So if you have like dark under eye circles, discoloration, it's going to help correct and fix that, which is amazing. It also hydrates for 10 hours. So in the summertime, when I wear CC cream, I will not use as much of my daily moisturizer, or if it's going to be a really hot day, I may just skip my moisturizer altogether and just use the CC cream because you're going to get that moisturizer in the product. It also reduces the signs of aging and the appearance of pores, your skin texture, so it's minimizing and kind of like creating a flawless effect. It also defends against the skin damaging free radicals too. So this one product does all those things. The other thing that I love about our CC cream, not only is it amazing to wear on your face for, sunscreen, you can use this as a self tanner. So as we get into our warmer weather, what I've done and how I've used this a couple different ways is I've used it as self tanner for my face and like for my neck. I'll mix a little bit darker shade, so like the next shade up for me, I wear the light to medium through the fall and winter months and into spring. And then into summer, I will bump up to the medium to deep. And so, what I will do is I'll take my daytime moisturizer and I will take probably about a half a pump of the medium to deep CC cream, and I will blend those together and then apply it to my face, my neck, and my chest as self tanner to give me a little bit more color when I'm kind of like in between and we're getting into the warmer months. Another way that I've used this as self tanner is on my legs. So, in the middle of winter, if you're going to an event and you're wearing a dress and you do not want to wear pantyhose, take probably like maybe 1 or 2 shades darker, mix a pump of that with your body lotion, and rub this on your legs until it completely absorbs and you have self tanner. And because of all the benefits that I just told you that this product does, it's basically like body makeup. So it's going to help to make your skin look nicer as well on your legs. So for me, I do have like the spider veins, the little red and a few like purplish veins. So it makes my legs look nice when I put this on with body lotion. And so even in the, summertime before I get my color back, I will use this as self tanner when I'm wearing my shorts. So then I'm not as self conscious and I'm a little more confident having my legs hanging out. So CC cream is amazing. I love this product. This is also a great foundation for your teens and tweens if they're getting into wearing foundation and they have acne prone skin. This is always what I recommend is the CC cream because it has salicylic acid in it, which helps with acne prone skin. So amazing, amazing product. This is our CC cream. So the next one that I'm going to talk about is our Time Wise liquid foundation. So this one has also anti-aging properties in it. It has our age minimized 3D complex in this foundation. It comes in 2 finishes. You get 12-hour wear, so it's either a matte finish it comes in or a luminous. So the Luminous gives you, I call it the JLo glow. That's the best way I can describe it. Luminous is better for dry skin. I can't wear luminous finish in this foundation because I'm oily and it just makes me feel greasy. So I prefer the matte finish. So then it helps me with oil absorption throughout the day. Super lightweight. I did a Sharpie marker test and I covered up Sharpie marker on my hand using this foundation, our silky setting powder and finishing spray, and just kind of layering that. So it's got buildable coverage, but it does not feel like you have anything on your face. So if, excuse me, if you want an anti-aging foundation that has buildable coverage, this is a great one, no matter your skin type. Okay, the one I'm going to talk about next is cream powder. Now, this foundation is better for normal to oily skin. If your skin is really dry, this may not be the best fit, or you will want to really hydrate before you put it on. Excuse me, you guys, I'm like phlegmy tonight for some reason. I do not know why. Well, actually, we're getting into allergy season, so that's probably why, because everything's blooming, which I will not complain about. So this cream powder foundation, 12-hour wear, it's heat and humidity resistant. So for those of you that live in the hotter climates that are really muggy and humid, this is your best friend for foundation because it's not going to melt off your face. This is also great for summertime, even in our area because we do get pretty humid in the summer. The coverage is amazing. You can use either a sponge to apply it, or you can put it on with a brush, whatever you prefer. I would prefer, I don't use fingers in applying foundation, and I'll talk more about that in a few minutes, but you're going to get better coverage if you're using an actual applicator to put this on. Buildable coverage, again, very lightweight. For this being a cream powder foundation, this is one of our, it provides you with the most, I totally said this wrong, but you're going to get the fullest coverage from this foundation, but it does not feel like you're wearing a bunch of foundation on your skin. It's really, really lightweight. It's very impressive. And it just kind of gives you that like airbrushed finish, which is awesome. So I love our cream to powder. Silky setting powder. This is amazing. 12 different shades it comes in. It's milled super fine. So if you have oily skin, this is great. Even if you have dry skin, you can wear this because it's plant-based, and the plant-based ingredient in here helps to combat dryness and flakiness. And because it's milled super fine, it's not going to settle into any fine lines, wrinkles, pores. This also helps to blur and minimize any skin imperfections and pores and the skin's like appearance and texture, and it evens the skin tone. This can be worn on its own, so you can wear this powder on its own, or you can put it on top of one of our other foundations to give you even more coverage. So those are the different types of foundation. So if you've got, typically if you have really dry skin, you want to go with something that's going to be more of a cream based or a liquid that's going to give you some more hydration. If you're really oily, you're going to want to stick to, you can wear the liquids and the creams, but you're going to want to either have like a matte finish in a liquid, or you're going to want to put a powder on top. So let me talk about the different tools you can use to put on foundation. Now, the reason you don't want to use your fingers is because you're going to use way more foundation than you need. And so you're going to go through your tube of foundation faster. You're also putting your oils, the dirt, and the grime from your fingers back on your face. And you're also going to notice that when you're rubbing the foundation between your fingers, you're warming it up. So it's almost like you're kind of thinning it out. And so it's, when you're putting it on, it's almost like you're putting it on and you're taking it off at the same time. So you're going to notice that you'll be, kind of like patching all these areas, and before you know it, you have so much foundation on your face. So these are the 3 tools that Mary Kay offers. We have our sponge. Now, the key with a sponge, if you're going to use a sponge, you just have to know whatever foundation you're using, this is going to provide more of a sheer finish. It's going to give you sheer coverage no matter the foundation. And this sponge is designed to be used wet. So you want to get it wet and squeeze it out, and you want to do that quite a few times, and this will actually grow 2 to 3 times its size. And you'll notice, like right now, it's soft, but it's also pretty firm. And once you get it wet, it becomes really spongy. It's really flexible and it makes it so much easier to then go and put your foundation on. Now, when you're using a sponge, ours has the flat bottom and the pointed top. So you're going to be doing more of a patting or a stippling motion with the blending sponge versus, sitting there and doing like circles. So this is going to pat and blend the foundation into your face and give you a sheer give you sheer coverage, more of a natural finish. With sponges, because they're porous, they do hoard bacteria. So you have to know that when you're using at least our sponge, you need to get a new one every 3 months. It's going to start to break down. You do need to clean them. So you want to make sure that after every single use, you're using soap and water and cleaning it and then laying it on a dry, clean washcloth or paper towel to dry. And even if it's damp the next day, it's fine because again, you're going to get it wet to use it anyway, but you just want to keep it clean. So you don't want to keep, using a dirty sponge. If you're acne prone, especially, you will break out. No matter the tool that you're using, and especially with a sponge, you're going to, and pay attention to where you're breaking out too. Like if you notice that, like maybe it's your forehead or your cheeks. Have you cleaned your makeup brushes lately? So pay attention to those kinds of things. So sponge, the beauty blending sponge, our liquid foundation brush, and you can see this has some foundation on it. It's pretty soft, but it's also fairly, firm at the same time. This is going to give you a medium coverage with your foundation. And when you're using the brush, you can either put the foundation on the brush or put the foundation on the back of your hand. You'll dab and do little circular or just kind of brushing motions. You don't just want to brush down, you want to blend the foundation into your face so that it covers all the pores, lines, and things of that nature. And you don't have streaks on your face either. So you want to do little circles, buffing motion as you're using the brush to disperse your foundation and blend it in. And then we also have our blending brush. So the same bristles are in this brush as this one, but I can't remember if it's double or triple the amount of bristles onto a smaller space. So it's kind of spongy almost, but it's soft like a brush at the same time. And this is going to provide you with full coverage finish with whatever foundation you're using. Same thing, you're going to do a blending circular, back and forth kind of motion all over your face. So all of these can be cleaned with soap and water. You don't want to, with the brushes, you don't want to set, at least the liquid foundation brush, you don't want to set this in a cup to dry. All the water will seep down into the brush head and dissolve the glue and your bristles will fall apart. With this one, I would lay it upside down this way, not this way, because all the water is going to, kind of pool in here and break up that glue and then your brush is going to fall apart. So I would flip it over like this to clean it. If your brushes get too dirty, your foundation will come out streaky, and same thing, bacteria, you're going to break out. So I prefer tools. You're going to use way less foundation when you're using an actual applicator versus your fingers. And then again, for us oily girls especially, I don't like touching my face a lot because it just makes me oilier throughout the day. So let's talk about what to do to prep your face before you even start putting on your foundation. So I'm going to share a little bit about our foundation primer. I call this the Zamboni for your face. It's like spackle for your face and your pores. This stuff is amazing. The Zamboni is that machine that goes out on the ice that smooths the ice and makes it like glass. It takes all the chunks and the ruts and stuff out of it, and this is what happens when you put this on your face. And so when you put this on, you use a pea-sized amount. You want to rub it in and do little circles and blend it really well into your face. This is going to help minimize the appearance of large pores, fine lines and wrinkles, the texture. Like if you have rough and bumpy skin, this is going to help smooth that out and give you a nice smooth canvas to put your foundation on top of. This also it's a gel base, so it dries to a matte finish. So it's going to help with oil absorption throughout the day. It's also going to help your foundation it's going to help it stick and stay on longer and extend the wear. So it kind of gives your foundation something to bind to. If you don't wear foundation or don't want to wear foundation on a particular day, still put a little bit of primer on because this also has a broad spectrum 15 sunscreen in it. So it's just going to give your, your face, your pores a barrier between, all the gook and stuff in the air. It's going to protect them. So all that gook will sit on top of the foundation. And if you guys did not know, foundation is important. It's part of the protection layer of your skin. It's going to protect your skin from just all the free radicals and stuff floating around, the dust, the pollen. If you think about your glasses, if you wear glasses, how dirty are they at the end of the day? Think about your car windshield, how filthy and nasty is that? All that stuff is going on your skin. It's not like it just bypasses your face and hits your glasses or your windshield. All of that is on your skin. So when you wear foundation, it's like the roof on your pores and it's going to collect all the junk and then you wash it off at the end of the night. Now, it's important to have a foundation that is non comedogenic, which just means it does not clog your pores. And all of our stuff is non comedogenic. So it's not going to make you break out, it's going to help protect your skin. And then you want to use a foundation type that is best suited for your skin. So the primer is your first step to prepping your skin before you put that foundation on. And then from there, you're going to apply your foundation and then you're going to set your makeup with a powder. So you can put the silky setting powder on top or the translucent powder we also have. And if you're wearing just a powder foundation, then you would go to, which I'm going to talk about next, is our finishing spray. But if you're wearing one of our liquid or cream foundations, you can put the silky setting powder on top to set and extend your wear of your foundation. Um, the oh, did I already share? Oh yeah, I did share that. How the silky setting powder helps to blur skin imperfections, which is really nice. It'll also, if you put this with one of these foundations, it'll kind of double up and give you a little bit more coverage as well. So our translucent powder, I forgot to grab that. I don't have that here. It's in the same container, but it's white. It does not give you a white sheen to your face. The translucent powder, it's just not colored, helps soak up oil so it controls shine throughout the day. It sets your makeup, helps to keep it on longer. It also has light scattering properties in it. So those diffuse the light, which diminishes the appearance of fine lines and skin imperfections as well. So the translucent powder also helps to give you that like photo ready finish to your makeup. And again, for us oily girls, it really helps with the shine. So after you put your powder on, you can then use some setting spray if you need to. Totally optional. If it's going to be a day where your makeup needs to be refreshed and looking great all day long, you can finish with the finishing spray, and this will give you fresh makeup for 16 hours. So if you have a special event you're going to, if you live in a really hot climate where you're sweating a lot, use the finishing spray after you put your powder on. And that's really going to help prevent makeup meltdown and your makeup coming off your face. You can also use our finishing spray to refresh your makeup throughout the day. If you're traveling and you're in the car, on a road trip, or if you've been on a plane, you know how you feel super dried out and dehydrated when you get off a plane or out of the car, especially if you're using air conditioner or the heat's on full blast. This, you can spritz your face, say that 3 times fast, and you can refresh your makeup and kind of give it, make it look, new again if need be. This also, our finishing spray, you can use it on other areas of your body. For us ladies, where we don't want to put deodorant, but we may sweat. So up top, you can spray this under your arms too if you need to. But a really great product, our finishing spray. I love it. And again, really great for summertime if you're going to be outside and really, really sweating. Let's talk about foundation wardrobe. Think about, you have a clothing wardrobe, you have different pieces in your for clothing, like you have sweaters for wintertime and short sleeve shirts for summertime. Same concept when it comes to foundation. You may find that you switch out your foundation type depending on the season. So in the wintertime, I get super dry. So I like something that's a little bit more moisturizing. Whereas in the summertime, I notice my skin is oilier. I'm sweating. So I want something that's going to really help with that. And a lot of times in the summer, I want something that's really lightweight. I don't want to have a lot on my face when I'm outside. So having options is important because then I can pick whatever type of foundation I want to wear, again, based on the season, how my skin's feeling, what am I doing. If I'm going to be at the barn all day, for example, I'm probably just going to throw on some CC cream, which is actually my go-to, because I just want that protection. I don't really need my skin to look pretty. If we're out fishing or we're out hiking, same thing. I go for CC cream or even just putting powder on, just so I have something. It's not really so much about the look. So it's definitely good to have more than one foundation type based on the season for your skin. And also keep in mind too that you may have more than one shade of foundation. I myself personally have 3 shades of foundation because I get so dark in the summertime. So I bump up 2 shades, but it takes me time to get there. So I have the 3 different foundation shades that I have to use, and sometimes I have to mix them if I'm in between. So just know that spring, summer, you're probably going to be a different color than you will be late fall through winter. So that's where it's really good to have somebody like me that can foundation match you and just do like a foundation checkup and check to make sure you're matching. Your jawline and your neckline are the same. So there's no, orange, you're not too dark. Sometimes too, you may notice that with some people, like your skin on your face might be darker naturally than your neck. So that could be a thing too when you're going to get your foundation match. You're trying to find a foundation, that you've got all these different things going on that you need somebody to help you in person. It's really hard to go to the department store, the drugstore, grab a bottle of foundation, hold it up to your hand, and see if it's going to match. When it comes to foundation matching, I always match the foundation on the neck because we want your neck and your face to match. So if your skin on your face is darker and your neck is lighter because you have skin discoloration, you might have to lighten your face to match your neck. Your hands are generally always going to be a different color than this up here because your hands are exposed to the sun longer periods of time than your face. You might have big sunglasses on, maybe you wear a hat, but your hands are always going to be different colors. So I don't ever match anybody to their hands. It's not going to be an accurate match. I always use the neck to do my foundation matching. And when you're putting your foundation on, another thing too, you want to make sure you blend underneath your jaw because this down here does not ever see the light of day. It's kind of like your scalp, in the wintertime, it's so much whiter than the rest of you. So underneath here is going to be super light. So I always blend down underneath my jawline to make sure that's all the same color. I already shared with you, I'm just checking my notes real fast before I end our little tutorial. And I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you guys have gotten some great tips and information to, empower you with wearing foundation. I want to encourage you when this is done, this live tonight, I'm going to put the link to the foundation finder tool that's on my website. It's pretty darn accurate. It's just some questions that it asks you, and then it will give you a recommended 1 or 2 foundation shades. It's going to give you the shade in our Time Wise liquid foundation. The cool thing about that though is I have access to a conversion chart. So once I know what liquid foundation shade you are, I can then convert that to find out what you would be in our cream to powder or even in our silky setting powder. So I'm going to direct you guys to go to my website and check that out. If you're not local, if you are local to me, I would encourage you reach out and set up a foundation appointment. Let's sit down toe to toe, knee to knee in my studio here, and let's have you try a couple different foundations. Let me foundation match you, because you're going to find too, at least with for us, with our foundation, and this is in our Time Wise liquid foundation, there are different undertones. What that means is if you burn when you're out in the sun, you generally will have a pink undertone. If you burn and then tan, you generally will have a yellow undertone. If you just tan when you're out in the sun, you're going to be more of an olive or a warm undertone. So our liquid foundations, it's not just by ivory and then how dark or light of an ivory, beige, how dark or light of a beige, it's by undertone. And then we figure out if you're ivory or beige, and then how dark you need to be. So there's, a couple different pieces that go into that to get the perfect match for you. So I would love to sit down toe to toe, knee to knee, and help you and custom foundation match you. If you're wearing your winter foundation right now, I would recommend especially setting up an appointment with me for springtime, like mid to late spring, so we can double check and make sure that your neck and your face are matching and get you set up with your summer shade. If you don't live local, like I said, I'm going to put the link to the foundation matching tool that goes right to my website, and then we can figure out what foundation shade you're going to be, and then I can send you some samples that you can try at home and see if you like it. I can even hop on Zoom with you, and we can I can teach you how to do the stripe testing. We can foundation match you that way. So no matter where you are, I can help you out with foundation. So if you guys have questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section. I will get a notification and then I can answer those comments. If you guys are watching the replay of this, which is going to be via a YouTube link, you'll have to either email, text, call, or like private message me on social media with questions, because I don't think it's going to let you guys comment, and I probably won't see I don't think it'll let you comment on there. You can only comment here on Facebook. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. Don't forget to either reach out to me to set up a foundation appointment, or you're going to want to click the link in the comment section to go to my website and do the foundation matching. So you guys have an awesome evening, and stay tuned for next month for my next live event. You guys have a good night. Bye.